Well, hello there. It all comes down to the final day in Group F of European qualifiers for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Portugal try for a third time to get the win that guarantees their qualification. Opponents Armenia, the only side in the section that definitely can no longer progress. The champagne has been on ice for Portugal for 33 days. At the third time of asking, can they get the victory? Senior man to deliver this free kick. From Bruno Fernandes, who goes for goal and so very nearly scores. Renato Veiga is the player who does. Whipped in by Bruno Fernandes. A suspicion of offside as it was delivered. But once the ball had come back off a combination, who's made excellent progress, Grant Leon Ranos. What a delivery that is! And Armenia have equalised. Edward Spurcian to stun Estadio do Dragão. Well, Ranos did brilliantly here. Shrugging off João Cancelo and then putting it into an area that Spurcian could attack. And all he really needed to do, such was the quality of the delivery, is make sure that there was contact on the ball, because that was enough to send it into the goal. Here comes Rafael Leao. That's a sensational delivery. And Avagian denies Gonçalo Ramos when it seems certain he would put Portugal back in front. Either side of the goalkeeper probably would have been good enough, straight at him. Problem created, all of their own making for Armenia, and Gonçalo Ramos is there to put Portugal back in front and back on course for the World Cup. He was alert. He was loitering just in case a mistake was made. Surabia was the unlucky Armenia player who simply didn't spot Gonçalo Ramos in a position to pounce. Jubilation and relief, a mixture of the two, as Portugal re-established their lead. And now look to strike again. Vitinha with the layup. Oh my goodness, that's phenomenal. Has just smashed in a beauty for his country. At the moment that they were on, will be João Neves. A goal of the very highest quality. His second of the day. They've both been sensational. That from the set piece, though, was a little bit extra special. Knew exactly what he wanted to achieve and had the magic in the boots to clear the wall and clip the underside of the crossbar. Portugal collectively to keep on going. João Cancelo. Oh, it's hit the post, having struck Gonçalo Ramos. He knew next to nothing about it. Bernardo Silva looking for Ramos again. That would have been an extraordinary fifth goal. Here's Bernardo Silva. Bruno Fernandes. And from Bruno Fernandes, Gonçalo Ramos leaping. Penalty. Bruno Fernandes for Portugal. Rolls it home. Portugal have 5 in the first half. Collectively, they made sure that he was the one to be handed the ball. Gonçalo Ramos. Outstanding work. Bruno Fernandes. Portugal are going through the gears and are doing so impressively. World Cup qualifying group phase, and yet another example there of how they can pick a pass, pick apart a defence, and they're almost unstoppable when they're in the groove. Top quality players. playing at the very, very highest level. Felix, Carlos Forbes, penalty. Bruno Fernandes delivers just that. Went higher with this, with the goal again, Portugal. In from Bruno Fernandes. Renato Veiga is there. Surely they'll score again, yes! And it's João Neves who scored again. The second Portuguese player to complete a hat-trick. What a day it has been. And João Neves, who hadn't... Portugal 8, Armenia 1. There, but Forbes has taken the ball back off him. João Felix. Conceição! On a day when Portugal have booked their place at the World Cup. Portugal off to the World Cup. And they head there on the back of ace to the World Cup. And they head there on the back of a statement performance. Full time in Porto. Portugal 9.